Okay, so right now I am just making sure that everything is working properly. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and get this started, shall we?
Commencing Atlas system suit initialization.
Okay, so where did it spit me out?
Life support systems.
This place isn't.
Activated.
Okay, so it's a scorching world. Okay.
Shield kinetic system online.
Definitely worried about dying right off the bat. I have actually done that before, but we'll see.
Repair required.
Now, the key to this beginning part over here is
Aerial propulsion jetpack.
really you just need to A, get ferrite dust, B, get sodium.
Multi-tool and mining laser attachment. Operational.
So if you can get those two things going, then you should be
User
fine.
initialization sequence complete.
So, ferrite dust.
Thermal protection fully.
Yeah, I believe you need 50.
Thermal protection fully.
And it does help to grab other things like carbon and stuff like that, but right now we just need to fix this scanner.
Damage detected.
Alright. So we got the ferrite dust in.
Technology repaired.
Sodium.
Extreme heat damage detected.
There's hydrogen. There is no sodium around me, isn't that great? Okay. So this is going to be very hard right off the bat because
Extreme
there's
heat damage detected.
no sodium. Alright. Let's see if I can just spot any. Okay, cool. I see something.
Extreme heat critical.
Oh god. Alright, and we're gonna go ahead and remodel our character as soon as we get to someplace where we can, but let's get the sodium.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Now where's my ship?
Thermal protection fully.
There it is. Okay. So, really the strategy from here on out is get to your ship. Now, this is going to be a little difficult if I don't run into any sodium on the way, because already my atmospheric protection systems are not doing very good. Thermal protection at 10%. Okay, so dihydrogen. Dihydrogen is probably one of the things that I always run out of.
Damage detected.
Just need more sodium. Oh no, my jets aren't fucking.
Shield down.
And yeah, that's what pretty much, I mean, what permadeath really means. In the beginning, it just depends on really luck of the draw. In that case, I literally had no sodium next to me at all. I had enough for one shot, and I was running in the exact opposite direction of where I needed to be. So let's go ahead and do that again, and hopefully we will get better luck on this one.
Commencing Atlas system
I actually
suit
prefer it
initialization.
when it spawns me on a like radioactive worlds are good. This one looks like it's probably going to be a radioactive world. No, this is a scorching planet also. Or frozen planets. Frozen planets I do love too, because dioxide is great for maintaining your, your life support systems in the beginning of the game.
Scanner damaged. Repair required. Aerial propulsion jetpack online. Multi-tool and mining laser attachment operational. User initialization sequence complete. Thermal protection fully. Thermal protection fully. Extreme heat damage detected.
All right.
Repaired. Technology
There we
repaired.
go. Cool.
Extreme heat damage detected.
Alright, that'll at least keep us alive for a little bit.
Thermal protection fully.
Where going? I could use meat actually, life support system. Okay, so where's the marker? It is this way. Let's go.
Thermal protection fully. Extreme heat damage detected.
Ah, more sodium. Good. All right, so
Extreme heat damage detected. Technology recharge.
we got more dioxide, and we've got a little bit of condensed carbon.
Thermal protection fully.
Always good. Okay, so we got a little bit of oxygen. Got some ferrite dust. The ferrite dust can also be used to recharge your terrain manipulator. We do not have one yet. But I always usually keep, once I get my cargo slots open, about 500 ferrite dust with me at all times. Sometimes I go for 1,000 just in case I want to make a bunch of metal plates and stuff like that. But there is a strategy pretty much if you do need to put down bases and stuff like that, of how to, do it quickly, easily, no fuss, no muss. Alright, so we got our starter little jump jet right there. We're actually in a place that has a lot of useful stuff, like I need the hazmat gauntlet for that. Scenario, iteration number 231187661T. Boundary separation failure likely. Vessel 16 empty. Sentinel intervention. Deliberate transfer. Analysis, fresh iteration generated. Anomaly containment repaired. Let's go ahead and broadcast that. And I also always suggest Atlas packs. Definitely learn how to make those quickly. definitely will help you out a lot. Okay, so we are in. I'm not reading all of that. Atlas connection, intermittent, launch thrusters, offline, pulse engine, offline. I find myself alone on a strange world, unequipped and in danger. I have no memory of how I got here, no sense of it before. But this ship at least seems to recognize me. The controls react to my touch, or at least that of my exosuit. I'm not yet dead, and this ship is a lifeline out to the stars. Let's go ahead and read the log. Log number 4925 Alpha, unavailable, substituting data. Exosuit, connected, suggestion. Pilot should perform maintenance and select the desired repair path. Let's go ahead and get the ship repaired. Self-guided repair protocols initiated. Hermetic seal and metal plating. Okay, which is easy enough actually. If I knew how to make it yet.
Ground protection falling.
So I need just a little bit more ferrite.
Product constructed.
So I just need dihydrogen jelly for that.
Repaired.
Okay. Now, it is important you have to be inside of the ship. Vital ingredients missing. Unable to synthesize required components. Pulse engine requires hermetic seals. Well, let's see if we can get some assistance on that. Recommendation. Iteration comparison reveals hermetic seal nearby. Salvage planetary chart from distress-beacon cache. Alright. And this initial part of the game is pretty much just like a very long tutorial phase. I am going to skip that as much as possible. I need chromatic metal for that. Are you kidding? This early in the game? Okay, so I got the planetary chart. What's that?
Navigational data received.
Alright. So we got our path, which is not too far away. I can see some sodium off in the distance right over there, so we'll be going in that direction.
Ground protection falling.
It'd be really great if I could actually find some phosphorus from this rich cosmos, but oh well.
Life support power low. Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Is that water? Or is that just... No, that's just the color of the ground. Some interesting looking animals here.
Ground protection falling.
If I had my scanner, all my
Protection
attachments that are on my other games. Oh god, a storm. Great. Last thing I needed. Alright,
Extreme heat damage detected.
we're gonna have to get there pronto. I'm not going to be able to make it out. There's some sodium right over there.
Extreme heat critical. Technology recharge.
Okay, so since it's in a storm, this is going to deplete really, really fast, so I need to get into one of those buildings immediately. I do suggest beginning of the game, before you have any of the hazard protection shielding and stuff like that, always take advantage of shelters. They will save you. Now, in most of these shelters, they're built almost exactly the same. Always look out for a navigation data that's right over in this area. It's probably going to be in the other building, but always there's going to be something here for you to take. Either a little bit of carbon, or, what have you. Okay, my life support systems are extremely low right now. Alright. So, the log is corrupted. No one. Making this record in case. Leaving behind. In the fabricator. Might be of some use. Visor damaged. Cannot find ship, or can't find ship. Alright. So the log finishes and the machine whirs to life, spitting out supplies. I have the hermetic seal I need to repair my ship. Whoever it was that led me here, whoever left this message, perhaps they found themselves in the same situation as I do now. Perhaps. So we got some busted technology behind the building. Let's see, we'll go ahead and eat those meaty chunks to get our life support back up. Let's go ahead and use our oxygen as well. Now those crystal shards are always going to give you either dihydrogen, or if you're lucky, they will spit out an antimatter. So need to get back to my shit. Let's get back to the building. Let's get our analysis visor installed. And I don't have enough carbon for carbon now. But yes, I do. Good. Sorry about that. Got some fire trucks going by. Alright. So we got our analysis visor installed. How about our bolt caster? What do we need for that? We need chromatic metal and the nanotubes, which in the beginning of the game, chromatic metal is pretty damn hard to come by, but we will make do and find some. If I do have any trouble, I will just go and hunt some pirates. They always drop some. If not, we're going to have to find ourselves a copper mine and get cracking on that. So let me just pick up this dihydrogen real quick. I'm going to jump back in the building, and then from the open doorway, while you're standing inside the building, okay, your thermal protection will be just fine. So as you can see, boom, doors open, it's still good. So from this position, go ahead and start doing your initial scanning. Now, scanning is very important. It's one of the grindier and mundane kind of actions in the game. But honestly, if you're not scanning stuff, you're missing out on all of the trace elements that you're going to. Even at the later stages of the game, like I have a couple files. One's a permanent file where I'm over 100 hours in. I've gone through dozens of black holes and all that type of stuff, and still I scan almost everything. And especially once you get your analysis visor upgrades and you start actually getting to use the scanner to its full extent. I mean, you're making somewhere around about, like 100 grand a pop when you scan an animal. You're making somewhere around about 50 to 100 on a plant. It's just totally worth it. Again, one of the tedious and mundane things that you gotta do, but totally worth it. And definitely go for the buried technology modules early on as well. Getting the large structure like the circular building, the square building, all the doors and accessories that go along with that, very important. And I personally am a big fan of the greenhouse, so I don't have to hunt down planets that have, certain things to do before it's time. At least when it comes to plant life. So we're not making that much right now. 500 a pop on plants, 200 on minerals. But beginning of the game, it's definitely something you need and want. See, now that I know the trace element of phosphorus, I get that along with it every time I break one of those. Definitely very, very useful. If you're not doing it, I don't know what you're doing. Yeah, so on the way back to the ship, just gather what you can. Again, buy hydrogen, very important. I always stock up. And we have some organic plants over here, which will give us chlorine. Nice. Definitely a useful element. So I got low life support.
Protection fully.
More so.
Units received. Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Protection fully.
Alright, we got some oxygen plants over there. We got actually a pretty good setup here. I am impressed. Usually when I first start out the game, I do not get this lucky when it comes to what I have access to, but this planet has pretty much everything right off the bat. And also one thing, a little pointer, okay, if you do want to scan as much as possible on a planet, if you come across the oxygen-rich, sodium-rich, what have you, those types of plants, and they're clustered in a large group very close together, they're most likely a different species of the sodium-rich or oxygen-rich plant than the standard one. So you are going to want to go ahead and just pop out your scanner and check real quick. It's most likely going to be a different species. So, more money. And again, with all of the upgrades, you're looking at, 50 to 100 grand a pop. Really, really easy way to make a good amount of money early on. Okay, so most of these elements I don't need, actually. Wardite I could probably use.
Life support power low.
Phosphorus is actually what I'm more
Recharge.
interested in.
Recharge. protection fully.
Yes, ferrite dust and sodium. See, boom, a lone oxygen-rich plant, and you know, looks almost exactly the same, but different species. So, okay, I got a minute 46 left on my timer. Eliminate the hazardous flora. Always going to be sodium or oxygen with these, and you can't scan them, so you might as well just destroy them and gather the resources. These are almost guaranteed to have cobalt. Yeah, cobalt and copper. Nice. Is there anything else we can scan? Those are all hazardous. These don't really have a use other than to sell, but they do give you a good little amount of money to start with. Marrow bulbs.
Protection fully. Units received. Technology recharge.
Started going.
Ground protection fully.
What I'm also going to want to look for in this cave, because I do want to scan as much as possible on this first World War.
Levels stabilizing.
Since we're in a cave, it does help us out with the temperature. Helps a lot, actually. Okay, so that'll give us some mordite. I believe this should be ferrite dust and phosphorus. Yeah. Alright. And we've got one more. That's this. Alright, so how are we looking? We're almost full. I can just turn that marrow bulb into carbon, so I'm not too worried about having that in my inventory. But I do want the cobalt and the copper. It is very, very important that you get those early on because you will need them. Actually, the tetra cobalt will help me out a lot because the tetra cobalt is going to have the potential to be broken down into into the refined cobalt. I forget what it's called. Ionized cobalt. I forgot how intolerable it is to have such a short sprinting distance. More sodium, nice. Nice cargo box. Alright, and this is why you want to craft the Atlas passes as quickly as possible. The way to do that is to go ahead and raid manufacturing facilities, but in each one of those things, there's pretty useful stuff. It'll usually be something like a microprocessor, some antimatter, stuff like that. And until later on in the game, you don't really appreciate how important those things are. Actually, it just makes the game so much easier to play because you don't really need to worry about the same type of resources, scraping for resources, traveling to space stations and whatnot just to get something that they might have there. See, what do I need? Pure ferrite and dihydrogen jelly, which should be easy enough. Especially since I already have 135. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and build a portable refiner. All I need for that is, I believe, a metal plate, yeah. So let's go ahead and do that. Fuel source, we have some advanced carbon. And first thing I'm going to do is, well, I'll get the marigold out of my inventory. Alright, so first things first, you know what? I'm going to break down this rusty metal real quick. Ferrite dust. Gather just a little bit.
Protection fully.
And I'm going to be concentrating on carbon right now, I believe. I don't need nitrogen. To tell you the truth, I actually have never even used like nitrogen, sulfurate, stuff like that. Those elements are used more to refine. And, that's all well and good, but me personally, I've never actually even had to refine it, so, yeah. Don't know exactly how useful that is. Alright, so we got some carbon, we got some sodium. Some people just get rid of the rusted metal. I never do. I never get rid of the rusted metal. The most useful substances in the game. Mainly for just the ferrite. I mean, I always run out of pure ferrite. I always run out of, magnetized ferrite dust. It's just, it takes a long time to refine, but it's so ferrite dust. Let's go ahead and craft some pure ferrite. Wow, I actually already have a good stock of some useful stuff. Okay, so let's turn that into ferrite. And I'm mainly just gathering this actually for phosphorus. Phosphorus is pretty useful, especially once you have your heat shields. But you do need it for the intra knife. If you want to go ahead and put that on one of your ships. It's actually probably my least favorite of the weapon systems. Surprisingly, the missile launcher is not all that bad if you know how to use it properly. It's great for, especially when they're coming head-on at you in a dogfight, but it's better to show you than more than anything else. Gas already. Okay. Charge that. Get you going. And we have an unidentified mineral right here. Okay, so at this point, since you actually already have your ship, you don't have to worry about, you know, your hazard protection or anything like that. I honestly say don't waste resources in the beginning. Just get back into your ship and chill there for a little bit until your hazard protection goes back up.
Protection falling.
Okay, so is there anything else we want to refine? Sodium. Yeah, let's go ahead. Just give this some metal for now. So it wants me to make a dihydrogen jelly. So we have everything we need. So right now it's pretty much just telling me to collect the refiner, so we can go ahead and get going off this planet. I'm going to, actually, because this planet has some useful stuff, I am going to stick around for just a second, scan a few more things, mine a little bit, get some resources going, and then from there we can go ahead and get at it. So again, rules of the stream, I'm only going to be able to interact really with Korvax unless a quest dictates to me that I have to go and interact with another race. Otherwise, I'm going to try to keep this pretty much completely with Korvax. And, well, let's see how we can do. I mean, putting that type of limitation on the gameplay is really, really going to stress on what we can acquire, where we can go. I mean, hell, even just warping the systems. I mean, I've warped all kinds of systems, you know, and only being limited to Korvax systems and Uninhabited is going to be really, really difficult, so. Alright, so we got the rest of our ferrite dust. Let's go ahead and collect our refiner. I actually might make a... Oh, that's all I know. Whatever. Okay, one thing to watch out for, animals. I always try to scan them as quickly as possible because for some odd reason, the computer likes to do this weird thing where it will despawn the land animals right there in front of you. Actually, mid-scan a lot of the time, it will do it to me. So I'll be like 50% through with the scan, and all of a sudden the animals, despawn, and I'm SOL. But yeah, right now we're just gonna go for, very technology module, just see if we can maybe find some stuff around the ship real quick. Now that we're not too limited, life support and everything like that, we got that taken care of now, so. And again, I am going to pay attention to the chat as closely as I can, but do try to understand
Protection fully. Units received.
that,
Technology recharge.
well, it's hard to keep track of the chat at the same time as playing a game like this, because my eyes are glued to the screen, always looking for something, But I love especially how this game really is beautiful. These planets, although, once you've seen, the main share of planets, there's not really... That's right, I don't have a terrain manipulator yet. Oh, stupid me. Whatever. At least I got to scan another animal. And if you're wondering why I put down those, that was actually just, I was trying to tag my ship, but it wouldn't let me, so whatever.
Technology recharge. Life support power low. Technology recharge.
Let's get to our ship and get moving. Let's see how far we are from the center of the galaxy. I bet we're like on the outer rim. Alright, so let's do a quick fly over the area, see if there's anything interesting that we can find. I always suggest doing this, even if you have a signal booster and all that type of stuff. You're always going to find more stuff than what it tells you is around you. One great example, I have an outpost base on a glitch planet, which pretty much just has bubbles. That's it. You can mine oxygen, gold, silver, stuff like that there, but it's just pretty much a barren landscape of bubbles. Signal locator found a distress signal, so I went ahead and followed that, but then it wouldn't find anything else anywhere else on the planet. I just did a quick flyover, and I actually, found all kinds of stuff, So, it is worth it. Even just trying to see if there's like a minor settlement or a manufacturing facility, supply depot. We're not really equipped to go against sentinels right now, but it's always good to check it out and land. Maybe mark anything that you might want. Yeah, but it looks like this place is pretty barren, not a lot. I might run into like a trading post or a minor settlement, but I don't expect much more. Let's go ahead and reach the atmosphere and get started. So the Mesnon system in the Euclid Galaxy. Wow, it's been a while since I've been in the Euclid Galaxy. I've been spending a lot of time in the Hilbert Dimension. That one actually, I found a lot of interesting planets so far. but nothing beats in my other save files. I have found some really odd planets. I found one that's classified as a lost red planet, which is kind of odd to me, but it had the strangest plants and life on it that I had ever freaking seen in this game. Alright, so what we got? Scarborough, copper, paraffinium, and sodium. All useful stuff. Looks like the space station's on the other side of the planet. Oh, wow. The beginning ship is so bad. Ugh. Especially with no modules on it, too. It's totally worth it to recover Artemis's ship as quickly as possible because, oh god. But I'm actually going to try and not do that. I just want to take, I think, the one with Null to the center of the galaxy. Okay, come on, let me scan it. Alright, so we tested all 3 systems. Incoming transmission. Alright, source is number 4925 Beta. Please identify yourself. Well, it's Pac-Man. You are not alone. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm freaking alone. There's room for one person in this place. Follow the thank you. Broadcast ends as strangely as it began. The final piece of the signal appears as a set of planetary coordinates. Let's go ahead and input those coordinates and see where that takes us. But first,
Navigational data received.
scan the planet first. Okay, so that is a acidic planet. Alright. What else do we got? Yeah, we got a desert one. Okay, so a very nice little system we got here. We got one nice planet. We got some not so nice planets. Yeah, that's right. And once you're in space, always mind tritium. You need it for your frigate fuel, you need it to recharge your systems. It's just a good idea to get some on. Easiest way to get some is this way, right? Oh, yes! That's what I'm waiting for. Alright, so if you're wondering why I was just sitting in one spot, I just wanted some pirates to show up so I could go ahead and harvest their resources. My favorite parts of the game right here, the dogfighting in space. Never lost that. Wow, they've actually got decent ships compared to mine. Alright, and we got some useful stuff already. Okay. Alright. So, let's see. Now, this you could break down in silver or just sell it. At this point of the game, I would say actually just selling it would probably be the best thing to do. I am going to go ahead and make some launch fuel and recharge that.
Technology recharge.
Let's see, pulse engines are getting low on fuel as well, 30%. Let's go ahead and refuel that. We got 12 tritium left. Fantastic. And let's see how far we can get, yeah? One thing that they added to the game, I heard, with the vehicle, that planet has a moon. Interesting. What is on this one? Gamma root, copper, uranium, and magnetized ferrite. Okay. I could actually use the uranium and the magnetized ferrite as well. So we got a knowledge stone already right here at this place. I don't have any toxic protection, so we are going to have to, you know, be mindful of that. Let's go ahead and explore, I guess. Alright. So, let's see. Oh, and we got some animal life around us as well. Oh, predators. You know what? I don't feel like dealing with predators at the moment. Boktoim, yun. The stone resonates, producing a sound that fills my mind. The vision begins to take shape. A robotic light form turns towards me. Light streams from their metal shell, forming a glowing fog that surrounds us both. They gesture towards me. Well, let's accept this knowledge. And I just learned a word. But these predators are going to be a problem for me, so we're going to go ahead and kill them. I'm brave. I loaded the sentinels just for surviving. Perfect time to get some scan data. Let's go ahead and kill these motherfuckers. Alright. So we got a bunch of supplies for our nutrient processor, which we do not know yet. So I'm just going to use the feline liver and whatnot for my life support system. Let's go ahead and scan some stuff around us, get some money.
Toxic protection. Falling. Units received. Units received. Units received.
just kind of like enough initial scanning for right now. We don't have any predators harassing us for the moment. We got 18 seconds till we start taking damage. Let's just get a couple more scans in and then jump in the ship. Alright. And yeah, while this is recharging my hazard protection, I'm just going to use the restroom real quick. Be right back. Back. Let's get our earphones in. Okay, so hazard protection is back up. Let's go ahead and get a couple more just quick scans in. But alright, so we arrived at the crash site. There's not a ship at this one, but I believe in the next two of these signals, you will encounter Artemis's ship. It is guaranteed to be much, much better than the ship that you start out with. I always suggest grabbing that one. We are going to be limited though. Usually after you grab that ship, that's when you can get the frigate. Since we are doing a Korvax playthrough, I won't be able to actually get it if this is not a Korvax system. I haven't checked yet, so... Decoding 16. Entry number 4925 Charlie. No fuel in. Failed to reach station. Hazard protection low. No choice but to underground. Deploy base computer. As well as the log entry, the signal contains plans for a base computer and a terrain manipulator. Exactly what I needed. So with any luck, the base computer will hold more information about whoever is leaving these messages. Let's go ahead and extract those plans. So we got the base computer plans, chromatic metal, and the terrain manipulator. Let's go ahead and jump back into our ship real quick. Go ahead and get that terrain manipulator installed on our multi-tool. And I need 2 carbon nanotubes. Do I have enough carbon? Carbon. No, I don't. I'm gonna have to go hunting for some carbon. Okay, shouldn't be too hard. That is 100% carbon. Nice.
Toxic protection 40.
And when your mining laser is actually closest to overheating, that's when you get the best when it comes to efficiency on it. I always usually like to keep it at somewhere around about 80 to 90%. That gives you a very, very fast, interesting looking animal. Looks almost like a dragon mixed with an aardvark and a... What the hell is that thing? That's a hell of a tail, I'll tell you that. Alright. So, Okay. So we've got plenty of ferrite dust. Alright, let me just do a quick recharge of my life support systems. One thing I wish that they would buff on this is once you get the nutrient mixer and you start messing with the different recipes and changing a lot of these items, they actually don't help your life support system any more than just eating it raw. So these give you 5% upon a consumption. All edible items give you the same. For some reason, it's never buffed. It's always the same. You can refine it down to where you're making stews and stuff like that. You still only get 5. It just makes not a lot of sense. I wish that they would change that. It definitely would make that part of the game at least a lot more interesting. Alright, so do we need 3? Alright, so train manipulator. Now we just need to find actually a source of copper. There we go, 258. I'm just gonna fly right on top of it. Oh, that's a really, really small deposit. I do suggest actually once you get set up and start going to build a autonomous mining unit. When you lay the autonomous mining unit on top of them, it does not deplete the resource. It will actually stay there forever, pretty much. Okay. And useful tip, even during the day, turn on your torch when you're mining this stuff. The reflection from your torch will help you get every little tiny bit of the resource that's in. Alright, that's all the copper we got. That brings us to 98. That is enough. So let's put it down.
Technology recharge.
And start refining copper to chromatic metal. Now later on, once you get your frigates and whatnot, and they start bringing back more rare stuff, I always, since I never really use it, they bring back activated indium, activated copper, activated, pretty much any of those class. When you refine those, those will also give you chromatic metal, except they'll give you it in a very, very good ratio, 2 to 1 or 3 to 1. So I could have sworn I already scanned that thing.
Toxic protection falling.
That predator's out again. Right, so collect our chromatic metal, collect our wire. And so I believe that's actually all we needed for that. We just need to build our base computer now. Always do that. Exit the ship, get back in. Because if you do not do that and the game bugs out, you will always lose all the stuff that you just did, which is mostly grinding, and it is extremely annoying having to do all that grinding again. Especially when you're refining like rusted metals and stuff like that. I spent literally like 25 minutes doing that, and I ended up bugging out and losing everything. And that was like yesterday, so always do that. Jump out of the ship, jump out, jump in. It'll get your restore point. Look at that sucker. That is one interesting looking thing. Look. It's like a spider and a squid and a really, really uncomfortable chair all put together. Alright, so where was that copper that I saw a little bit ahead? Ah, yeah, there it is, right there. Okay. Cool, let's go ahead and get a little bit of this. Okay. And again, torch on. It will help you get every little morsel of this crap that's in there. There. And copper, beginning game, is like the most important resource out there, so definitely grab it. Okay, so we're in a good spot. We've got plenty of like plants and shit all over the place that we can harvest. We've got plenty of animals and stuff like that we can harvest as well. Got some resources around us, got some, you know, like plants and stuff like that. Pretty light sentinel activity. Cool. Alright, so base computer up. And since this is our first settlement, we will name this, let's see, what shall we name this? It's got to have a name that really fits the planet, but then also it's got to fit our character. Okay. Okay, so we're going to find a settlement just a little bit to the right of us over there. Let's go ahead and search the archives. So, accessing log from previous user. Entry 4925 Delta follows. Storm sweeping across, but construction supplies low. Depositing shelter plans while need to back soon. Alright, let's go ahead and extract those. These will give you the basic, like, wooden walls, doorway, roof. It's not worth it to really build too much when it comes to that. Always, first settlement, best tip that I can give you really is just settle someplace next to some carbon. All you need for the wooden structures is carbon. And don't go overboard, don't, you know, waste all your resources on this one. You're probably going to be here for like 5 minutes. So, wooden, let's go ahead and get a base. Let's go ahead and get a few walls up. Building system in this game is actually pretty good. It works well enough. It doesn't glitch out too much. I find that, oh, okay, we need more carbon. I find the glitchiest part of the game to actually be the freighters. Okay. Alright. So these sentinels, really, really easy to get away from. Just pretty much run in one direction. They're really slow. They're not going to be able to catch you. Recharge that. And as you can see, it's staying at 9. It's because I'm mining it. Once I stop mining it, boom, it'll go back down. Ah, storm. Great. Now, another tip for this game. Okay, pro tip. When you're on a planet like this and the storm starts brewing, look around you real quick. Just take a quick look. You could look with your scanner also. Just look for storm crystals. Those are worth so much damn money that, like, it is so worth it to go out in storms, even though, you know, you have a good chance of dying, especially on Permadeath. Yeah, go out in storms and get it. It's just totally worth it. Okay, so got another door and got another door. Boom. Alright. So now that we got that set up, what it's going to do is it's going to have us build a base teleporter, and it's also going to have us build a upgrade station, stuff like that. Again, this is the tutorial phase of the game. So, I mean, just get ready to do a few of these more mundane small things before getting into the big stuff. Always remember, when you're reading a base computer archive thing or something like that, you're not going to have to worry about your hazard protection going down. It kind of freezes you in time right here and allows anything that's around you to pretty much ignore you. So even if you're getting attacked by sentinels, it's still, you're not going to take any damage while on this particular screen. So entry number 4925, Echo. follows. Construction largely a success. Recovered salvage data from nearby blank. Plans log. Scans indicate additional subterranean devices. Beginning search. Now this is pretty much introducing you to the buried information modules that you find. You're going to have, in the beginning, you're going to have to find 2 of them, I believe, just to get the base plans. There always will be around you at least 1 when you start out. I believe it will just automatically generate one within your general area. Okay, so thanks to our dihydrogen harvesting, we have plenty of dihydrogen to go ahead and make launch fuel. So we're just going to use our ship to do most of this stuff. It's not really worth it to waste your time running around the planet when you don't have any upgrades or modules, anything like that. Just not worth it. Okay, so, oh, beautiful. It's like right next to the base structure. It's too bad that it took the parking spot. Alright, so to our right over there, we have a knowledge stone, it looks like. It looks like we've scanned pretty much all this stuff around us already, so we don't have to worry about wasting time there. That looks like a slightly different animal, so that's a new one, I think. Oh no. Ooh, that's a looker. Tarantula legs, and it's got a fungal growth for a head. Nice, nice, nice. You know, I've got to get around to one of these days, like actually renaming, going into the discoveries and renaming some of this stuff. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that once that comes around. Okay, so things to keep in your ship's inventory. Okay, I usually keep the rusted metal and stuff like that in there, but always keep your tritium, keep your chromatic metal in there, and gold, silver, and I always keep my magnetized ferrite as well. If you keep your magnetized ferrite and all that kind of stuff in there, it just makes it easier when you're destroying ships. It'll automatically deposit into here, and you don't have to worry about it clogging up this inventory until you get your cargo slots. In this game mode, it is imperative that you get those game slots, because as you can see, you only get a 250 cap for each of these slots, which makes gameplay a lot harder. I love how they did that in this mode. It really actually makes the game quite challenging. So again, recharge our life support with this stuff. Cool. And I need to free up some slots, so we're going to go ahead and put our navigation data and our pearls. Okay. Boom, that's all done. Save and chart. Now, every time you chart one of these things, it does count for when you in your discoveries, and also it actually just gives you a navigation data. Navigation data is, you know, you could love them, you can hate them. I personally love them myself just because they are pretty damn useful. And now that they've made the change to the game where you can actually redeem more than one at one time, that just makes them that much better. Always extract your nanites. Your nanites are your most important currency in the game. Alright, so parking spot is free, but too little too late. Loot any containers that you can, always, and get into the game. Okay, so in these minor settlements, you are going to want to go for these, because these will always have the best when it comes to your multi-tools. I have a S-grade multi-tool on my other save file. I always suggest going into them like this, and always just checking, because, I mean, these minor settlements are a gold mine, and okay, so this has 7 slots compared to my 6, so it's slightly better. I just don't have the units for it, unfortunately, right now. Okay, make sure to snag that navigation data, and just my luck, it is a Korvax. Nice. Okay, so as I approach the electronic life form, they instinctively start to analyze me from head to foot. They chitter animatedly, and their head tilted to one side. Stationed on such a hostile, toxic world, they must see how few novelties, or they must see so few novelties. Okay, don't understand a word of what you're saying, bro. I mime that I know little of their kind or how they communicate. In response, the lights on their mask flash, repeating a series of 3, building in intensity. Okay, so now, if you know your, just your little icons, what he's referring to is magnetized ferrite. I don't have any of that at the moment, but I can make some. So let's go ahead and make some for him. Always help these guys out when you run into them, because they will give you modules and stuff like that, which you will need. And they most of the time will give you some pretty cool stuff. Alright, so let's go ahead and find that. Grab the nanites. Okay, we already grabbed all those. This is a merchant who will sell you not only recipes that you can attain at the main station, or will also sell you a limited amount of components. But since we have 135 nanites, we can go ahead and start researching at least some basic stuff. Advanced mining beam, a waveform recycler, shield lattice upgrade. Yeah, let's get the shield. Let's get something that we can actually just build for right now. Hermetic seal, wiring looms. Those wiring looms I can't really afford at the moment. Personal force fields. Which recipe would do me best? The waveform recycler. You know what? That'll help me out a lot. But the teleport receiver is actually the one that I want first. Teleport receiver just makes it so you can store things in your inventory much quicker. I always suggest getting that just because it's very, very useful. Okay, so we'll turn this also into pure ferrite and magnetize. Now that we have magnetized, we can go ahead and give that to our Korvax friend here. Alright. So, boom. The electronic life forms lights blaze with sudden intensity. My offering was clearly what they were hoping for. Cool. And the rest of their silicon hand on my visor, they thank me and transfer of their language. Cool. So I now know entity and travel. Nice. 2 words for helping that guy out. Nice. Okay, so we'll turn that pure ferrite into magnetized ferrite. Alright, let's go ahead and refuel. Oh, I'm out of gas. Oh well. Okay. So, boom, boom. Back up, and technology-wise, I think I can actually build this now. Oh no, can't build that. I needed the magnetized ferrite for something. So what is my current mission right now? So investigate the base computer archives. So I have to go back to the base computer. Might as well go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and loot the containers. Always check for the containers. These things will always carry useful stuff for you. Just do a quick scan of the surroundings. See what's here. Alright, we're good. Ah, missed one. Ooh, we missed 2. Sweet. Nice. Getting all kinds of stuff here. Okay. Alright, that's most of the main stuff. We got our Predator over there. We already checked out those buildings. Oh yeah, I almost forgot the reason why we came here in the first place. Now, we came here in the first place to go ahead and grab this buried technology mod. There. Okay. Right over here. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, crap. And I got a Predator running after me. Okay, so what else can we dump in here for right now? Well, let's go ahead and consume the rest of this, and we'll put our copper action mission for now. My mining beam is almost out of gas. Back to our base. Oh yeah, I forgot about the knowledge stone. Yeah, when you're playing Permadeath and you got a couple predators on your ass and you haven't built yourself a bolt caster yet sometimes forget. Okay, where was it? It was like right over here, wasn't it?
Toxic protection 40.
Where are you? Oh, another one we did not scan. Nice. Okay. Might as well grab the car then. Because our mining beam, as you can see, is at 6%. We need that gas. Okay, so where did that knowledge stone go? I just saw it. There it is. Other side. Okay. Just check these real quick. Yes, I did scan those. Alright. So after we grab this knowledge stone, we just got to run back to the base, go ahead and get, the rest of that tutorial crap taken care of. And then once we get that done, we can go ahead and start exploring. It's going to be very, very difficult, though, being limited to only the Korvax systems. Because I'm going to miss out on so much really, really good stuff. Let's go ahead and recharge the life support systems. Alright, what do I got? 68%? That'll bring us to 98%. Where's our base marker? Alright. I think maybe the Love Shack would be the name for this first base. Love Shack. I think that ought to do it. Jeez. Predators all over the place. Okay, so base computer. Here we are. So, let's go ahead and rename this to the Love Shack. Boom. Done. Alright. So since we're inside the building, they actually cannot see us. Neither can the sentinels. Very good. Okay, so okay. Oh, okay. It wants me to build the habitation portable unit, which I'll need carbon nanotubes for. Shouldn't be too hard, actually. Why? Because I settled an area around some carbon. I just need to kill these damn predators so they'll stop harassing me.
Toxic protection falling.
Where are you? Boom. Alright, cool. Unidentified.
Units received.
Get rid of that. Grab us some carbon.
Toxic
Alright.
protection.
So we should be actually close enough to... Oh, wow, we're not. This is why you get the teleport receiver. This is why you get the teleport receiver. Okay, so what else can we just dump in there real quick that I don't need? The Mordite. Yeah, I don't really need the Mordite at the moment. Cool. Alright. So now that that is taken care of, we can go ahead and build our carbon nanotubes. And we can deploy it. Now, just put it in a corner or something like that. I very rarely even use this damn thing. But in the beginning tutorial portion of the game, it will have you spend a couple of them here. That's fine. I always say, when it comes to this part of the game, just roll with it a little bit. Boom, you got your teleporter. Okay. Now it'll tell you right there in that right corner, interact with base computer again, so we'll go ahead and do that. And, alright. So now that that is done, now it wants me to go ahead and build the teleporter.
Toxic protection.
I do like, actually, how it makes you kind of go through this beginning stage of the game. It really does help you get familiar with the systems and how to do everything. So we need 2 carbon nanotubes, 4 metal plates. I have definitely enough of the metal plates.
Product constructed.
4, and now just, I need carbon. This is pretty much going to be 75% of the game for you.
Toxic protection.
I'll try to keep this to a minimal though, and only mine pretty much the rich stuff, so that I'm not taking up pretty much all of your time just sitting there watching me mining and shit. Alright, okay, straight carbon.
Toxic protection. Falling.
Cool. Alright, so I got enough to make the nanotubes.
Product constructed.
Alright, so build the teleporter. Build it in a corner so you have a little bit of space in this little shack. Boom, done. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want a biofuel reactor so you can actually power this son of a bitch. Let's see, do I have any more buried technology modules around me?
Toxic protection.
No, I do not.
Falling.
Okay, so that makes things easy. We are changing locations. Cool. Alright. Nothing. Launch fuel.
Product constructed. Technology recharge.
Now, what I'm going to try to find right now is like a minor settlement, other than that one that I already found, or a trading post. I want either one of those so I can actually just buy some of this crap on the leagues. Nothing yet. We have minor settlement. So we got some copper right over there, which is nice. But let's go ahead and hit up our save point. Okay, I don't have the Atlas pass yet, so can't get that. But log the sector, get the nav data. Oh wow, I have a convergence cube already. Nice. Always save at least one of those because you are going to need at least one for the missions base for your base building and staff for the terminals. The science engineer is going to need one of those convergence cubes, so definitely save one. And actually, I think there's one type of technology that you need for your ship that requires it as well. I just can't remember off the top of my head. Alright, so we got nothing of note around us otherwise, other than that little copper vein. Alright, so what do we got? Okay, so the electronic life form's bright gleaming suddenly slows. They tap on their personal data while their facial lights dilate and internal systems crash. Columns of streaming data show their power levels spiraling downwards. Korvax Entity. No idea. Alright, so the life form looks at me for help. He wants carbon. I just happen to not have enough carbon on me, but we can solve that pretty easily. I don't need the nitrogen, but I'll just sell it right now. Screw it.
Toxic protection falling.
And again, always help these guys out. They will give you modules, they'll give you, all kinds of useful stuff. Teach you language. Give you a little knobber slobber. Alright, so let's go ahead and fix this guy's power issue. So give him the carbon. So slowly, painfully, the entity inserts the element into the slot in their hip. Gradually, power returns to their shell. The Korvax nods politely, though they seem a little embarrassed to have made the request. They give a gift of their own. Thanks. What did we get? We got nanites. Nice. Cool. Okay, so hopefully we have enough for the teleport receiver. Yes, we do. Cool.
Item received.
Alright. So we will build that as soon as we can. Let's check out the weapon. Ooh, this is much nicer than what I got. That is for sure. I just don't have the money for it. Ooh. Okay. Trade terminal. Got to sell. Again, keep the convergence cube. I'll get rid of the nitrogen.
Received.
And what do they got for sale here? This early in the game, I do not suggest actually going for stuff. Ooh, okay, he's got a little chromatic metal. Don't go for the drop pod coordinates and stuff. You do not have the resources to actually fix the damn drop pods at this point in the game anyway, so just ignore them until you actually get a steady stream of, you know, resources coming in. Alright, so I already explored buildings. And there we go. I am a point of interest. Alright, so you scan those. I can get the copper, but not exactly on my priority list for right now. Let's go ahead and see what else we can find in the area, actually. If I had the hazmat gauntlet, I can get that, but I don't yet. Useful tip actually while you're surveying the planet, just do kind of S turns. Alright, tip your ship in one direction. That'll give you maximum visibility over the area that you're flying over and give you the highest possibility of finding a structure or something like that. But let's make a slow circle, see if we can see anything, and then from there we're going to head closer towards where our base is. Okay. Alright. We got another structure here. And sorry if I tilt my head in one direction when I do that. It just helps me keep, you know, oriented. That annoys you? My bad. Cool. Alright, so that's another nav data. We now have 6. Alright, so what is this place? It kind of looks like a manufacturing facility. If it is, I don't think we're equipped to do this yet. Oh, no, it isn't. Alright, so this is an observatory. More nanites. I stand at the terminal and watch a beacon from an unknown star endlessly play itself out on the screen. The pattern seems clear, but what to enter? Now, these puzzles are always going to be pretty easy. It's a, you know, your basic correlation little puzzle. But let's go ahead and get started. We've got 2738, 7382. Alright, so the sequence of this, the front number is being shifted to the back. So we got 3827. The next one is going to be 8273. So let's enter that. Alright, and we have a signal detected, which is most likely going to be a monolith or a plaque, I believe. And I believe actually it pointed to me on one off-worlds. Okay. So do a quick survey of the area. We need to find more of those damn buried technology things. There's a knowledge stone. Damn.
Toxic protection.
There's a knowledge stone right there. Wow, I'm coming up dry. There is no buried technology modules around me. Okay, so that is in the blank work class. While we're here, might as well grab the carbon.
Life support power low.
Okay, so life support power is low. Again, devs, if you just so happen to pick up this stream and check it out, really, you guys got to do something about that. I mean, there's no reason in cooking anything in this game if the cooked products are not going to give you a better buff than the rest of normal raw consumables. Ah, a unique flying creature. is classified as just a shelter. But this will give me the opportunity to... Wait, where'd they go? Oh, come on. Okay. So the game decided to...
Toxic protection. Holding.
Lovely eyes? Okay. Good to know. Good to know. It's got lovely eyes. Alright. So, buried technology. Oh, cool. Final. 250 units away. That one is, what, 274. Let's see. Let's check out these buildings, see what we can get out of it. Okay, we got nanites. Always welcome to get more nanites. And we got a stock where we can get some units. Nice, nice. Let's see if we can repair this technology. Wow. Okay, beginning of the game, yeah, don't waste your time on anything that involves chromatic metal, because it is going to take you way too much time to actually harvest that chromatic metal. And later game, this is going to be a hell of a lot easier once you get your jump pack. But definitely get that as soon as you can, because it is so convenient being able to just jump like 100 yards instead of having to do this painstaking running. Alright. So we got some jade keys to go ahead and sustain us. Cool. Now, the other one actually should be, like, right here. 308. 221. Let's go ahead and get that one.
Toxic protection. Holding.
And always dihydrogen. Use phosphorus. Go ahead and recharge that. Since I do not have a thermal module yet. And pro tip number 3, always mind your surroundings when it comes to dips. You do not want to wipe an entire game just because you weren't watching where you were running and you fell into some place that you couldn't survive the fall. Ugh. It's happened so many times to me. Ugh. It's so annoying when that happens. Misjudging a distance and then falling to your death. Alright. So we'll call our ship in, but we won't leave just yet. Because there's a pool here, I do want to hit up this little pool and, you know, just scan pretty much any of the sea life that's going to be right over here. Alright, and it's a pretty small pool, but I think we'll maybe be able to get at least a couple mineral types and maybe one animal type out of it. You gotta be kidding me. Oh. Not good. Not good. So, alright. Torch on. Cool. At least we're safe in the water from being harassed by them. But, God, I hate that. I hate it when predators harass me. I mean, they're easy enough to kill, you know, but... So
protection
low.
falling. Units received.
Alright.
Units
Ooh, not too bad for a shallow pool. We've got, what, 2-3 different types of
received.
plants that we've discovered, a few different types of minerals. Hazard protection back up.
Toxic protection falling.
A lot of useful stuff too. Chlorine. That's Abyssal Horror. I don't have a bolt caster yet, so I will not go ahead and harass him.
Units received. Units received.
Alright, we got another form of life here.
Units received.
Those things actually kind of remind me of a species of goldfish. Living pearls and everything too. Okay. So this planet actually has an abundant amount of stuff that I can harvest later on in the game. Whoa. Whoa. Devs, I don't know if you're, oh, crap. Watching that, but that would be a glitched out mineral that is walking across the bottom of the pool here. Oh wow, it's in a different spot. Okay. So it, yeah. You might want to check that out. Okay, we got another Abyssal Horror that I cannot kill really at the moment. Alright. So we got enough technology modules now so that we can continue and be done with these kind of initial missions so we can go ahead and actually do something of meaning. Nothing really that way. I already do see actually one or two plants that I haven't scanned yet. This is one thing that I wish that they would get, like, one of the devs from, like, you know, like the Subnautica devs in here and have them, you know, just dedicate themselves to doing more when it comes to the ocean side of things. I know that this is the game that's, you know, based in, you know, space and whatnot, but then this underwater exploration part of the game is actually really fun if you, you know, you get everything that you need, like the Nautilin, and the Nautilin actually becomes very tolerable and actually pretty cool to use once you get to a certain point in the game where you have the modules and it actually goes fast. What? Okay, another glitch. Okay, so devs, just right here. Alright, just right here. This is a very small portion of gameplay, okay? But already since I've been swimming in this pool, we have had a mineral that has migrated while I'm looking at it. And now actually my ship marker completely changed direction on the screen. That I don't believe is supposed to happen. So, you know, just if you're checking out the stream, if you come across it, you might want to check that out. Doesn't seem right to me. Wow, my life support is just draining like crazy. Oh my goodness, he runs so slow.
Toxic protection falling.
I swear, it's a sad day when you can go and swing faster than you can run. I don't know how many of you guys out there like to swim, but me personally, I used to love swimming, and it's pretty damn sad if you can't run faster than you can swim.
Toxic protection falling.
Okay, there's my custom marker that I made. There's my ship. Alright. So we found the ship.
Toxic protection falling.
Let's get back to the base, shall we? Jeez. Launch fuel thing is starting to annoy the hell out of me. Alright, yeah, let's just consume this, get our life support back up. Let's see, 88%, so 3. Okay, so I've got 4 salvage data. Let's go ahead and put that data in there. Just need some ferrite dust.
Toxic protection falling.
Okay, so I got a G. Nice. Okay. Metal
Constructed.
plates. I'm out of inventory. Jeez. Okay, we'll just use the ion battery.
Product
Alright.
constructed. Technology recharge.
There's my base marker. Let's fly. My favorite part of this game, really. So we're back home. Let's get the module deciphered. Alright. So, buildable technology. Alright.
Item received.
And biofuel reactor. Now, actually, I will research one more thing right now. The signal booster.
Item received.
Okay. Definitely get that one going. Because the signal booster is probably one of the most useful things in the entire game when it comes to stuff to carry around with you. Okay. So, power systems, reactor. I just need one metal plate. Okay.
Product constructed.
Boom. Oh yeah, I need to research wiring.
Item received.
Yeah. Dunzo. Alright. So, Just gotta fuel this sucker, and that will take care of the quest. Boom. Alright. So, just log in. You can't teleport anywhere yet, just because we haven't actually been to like a space station. I don't have any other bases or anything, but this will actually lock this one in information-wise in your system, so you can go ahead and teleport here at any time. Actually, if your base doesn't even have power, which is pretty good, actually. I like that.
Base computer online.
Okay. So, base computer. Okay. Accessing log from previous user. Additional archives recovered. Entry 4925. Let's see. What is the what's the NATO F? I forget. Foxtrot. All right. Scanner detected unusual broadcast, repeating 16 from the space station. Warning. End of archive. Records interrupted. Base computer archives have reached their end. It seems that there's nothing more I will be able to learn from them. My predecessor appears to have left their base and headed for a space station. Alrighty. So with that, we can actually start out our little journey in space. Cool. Alright, so I already scanned all of these. Might as well just go straight over. And anybody watching, if you guys don't want, me to do a lot of like acrobatic moves when in space, if it makes you feel like motions and sickness or anything, just let me know. I do a lot of barrel rolls, flips. I tend to really, really like those types of crap. So if it makes you sick, just let me know. I'll fly a little bit more steady. Now, surprisingly, a lot of people don't do this. Explore this side of the space station. Always. Always, always, always. You're going to want these extra slots wherever you can get them. I don't have enough units yet, but I will do it. These are your module vendors. They'll usually have something good, but always there'll be nav data for you to grab, and if it doesn't have nav data, at least it's going to have about a dozen nanites in it. Always in this back room and the back room on the other side, the planters will give you free carbon. So if you don't have a large stockpile of it, make sure that you grab it. It'll help you out. Okay, so I got 11 nanites out of that. Great. Okay, so let's see. I don't know enough of the language yet, but we got travel, entity, and and the out of that. So despite their unfamiliar words, there is something about this alien's manner that implies we have met before. Perhaps they know the one who came before me? Ask about other travelers. The life form pauses before turning away. They either did not hear me or are choosing to ignore my question. Oh well. You don't get to ignore me! Don't you know who I am? Okay. So, what do I not need right now out of my inventory? Sell the ammonia. Okay, that gives me enough for the slot at least. Now, once you get your Atlas Pass number 3, there is a walkway back there to a locked room for the Atlas Pass 3. Usually in that room, though, there's not really a lot of useful stuff. I don't suggest personally raiding it unless you just really want to check out what's back there. You Gek, no thank you. Alright, Mr. Scholar Entity. Okay, still So the alien's elegant metallic shell springs to life as I approach. They study me, lights flashing around their visor. Perhaps they know something about the message left for me at the base computer. Ask about 16. A glazed look passes over the lifeform's visor. The number has had some strange effect on them. They seem reluctant to speak further. Alright, well, let's try somebody else. No thank you, Butterface. Alright. So, let's see. Divine Atlas Entity Ooze. The metallic being chatters away, pouring forth words in a language I cannot understand. But when I blink, I see the same red light I started to see, or that stared at me at the distress beacon. Repeat, 16. We are watching you, traveler friend. Find what we have left you. Though the alien speaks, the words are not their own. A string of code is echoed back to me through the red glare, logged directly to my exosuit. The crimson light fades away. I see the life form staring at me through his visor. Whatever has happened, they do not appear to have seen it. I should leave. Perhaps my base computer would be able to make something out of this code. Alright. So now that we can do that, we can go ahead and use our base computer and decode that, you know what I'm saying? First, let's go ahead and get our navigational maps decoded. We've got plenty. Thankfully, they patched this so now you can do more than one at a time, but there is a bug with it, actually. It does not give you the stacks all in one spot. It'll give you the stacks spread out. So if you do not have exactly 5 free slots in your inventory, it will actually just get rid of the nav data and you will lose it. So make sure to look at your inventory, make sure you have enough space. If you don't, you're gonna just lose the nav data. You see, look at this. It gives it to you in a 1 stack, a 1 stack, a 2 stack. Kind of stupid, but in this game, I don't know what it is. Their entire inventory system is super bugged. If we get a chance later on, once we get the frigate, I will show you a duplication bug actually that happens. It mainly happens when you're accessing your storage containers on your frigate, but it will give you a strange kind of thing that you don't have enough inventory space, even though like you got like plenty. And if you if you play around with the other, you know, like items inside of that container, it will most of the time allow you to take 1 or 2 items out of it. Once you do that, it'll then duplicate a string of items in your inventory, and then you can take out the rest of what you were actually looking to get out. So most of the time, since I have like carbon, oxygen, sodium in those slots, I usually get a duplication on those. I haven't seen it on any larger items, but we'll see. But definitely it's with the storage system. That's where the main problem is. And then actually also through this teleporter. If you do have a lot of items in your inventory and you go through a teleporter, sometimes you can actually get extra items when you exit the teleporter. And also, sometimes it'll actually do strange things, like it'll scan an environment or something like that as you're going through it. So, just a pointer. Sometimes it will do very, very strange things that you'll just have to kind of figure out. Alright, so, archives terminated. Select new task. Begin decryption. Decoding 16, 16, 16. Message follows. The traveler finds their wings. Fly to us and claim your place among the stars. Aha! Interesting. Nani? I'm out of launch fuel again. Okay, I have enough dihydrogen. I do not have enough ferrite dust. So that should be enough there. 4 short. Alright. Well, guess we're good in this one. Ah. Okay. So, relic, fuel, and bingo. Off to the stars. Okay, so where is it telling me to go? Okay, so I believe this one is actually Artemis's ship. We will see though. You can claim up to 6 ships at a time. Always claim it. Once you do claim it, don't worry about fixing it, because once you get your freighter, we got our crashed freighter. I forgot about this. These you will have to raid if you want to upgrade the hyperdrive on your freighter. Let's go ahead and access the computer. Okay, the MS Wings of the Anomaly. Log damaged. Partial records available. The signal has led me to the wreck of a freighter. Colossal fragments of metal scatter around the landscape. Were these messages nothing but misfiring circuits of a long-forgotten ruin? Nestled among the debris, I find the pilot's log, blinking, awaiting input. Request log. Instead of displaying the ship's log, the terminal spits out a strange sequence of numbers. They're followed by a short message. The anomaly comes for the stars. Take flight. A schematic for a hyperdrive is attached to the end of the message. Well, let's go ahead and take that blueprint. I pull the blueprint from the computer, but this hyperdrive blueprint is for a conventional starship, not a freighter of this size. Someone placed this here after the crash, hoping it would be found. Interesting. I've got a friend out there. So I need chromatic metal and 5 microprocessors.
Toxic protection falling.
Alright. So before we go ahead and do that, I'm going to go ahead and loot this freighter. I will show you where all of the cargo pods are, so you can easily access them if you want to loot these things in the future. So all we need is 5 magnetized ferrite for this crash for each of these.
Radiation protection falling.
Now once you get one, just hightail it over to your ship. Make sure you do have enough inventory space for all the stuff that you will need. That gave us a starship launch fuel. Nice. Okay, so the second one we are going to recover is right here. If you don't want to swap out your weapon, just press Q and it will immediately melee the door.
Toxic protection stabilizing.
And inside of these rooms will protect you as long as the container is not open. If the container is open, then you will suffer from radiation. Boom, we got another one right here. If I can find the door. Where are you, door? Are you on this side? Yes, okay.
Technology prepared.
drifter. Nice. Okay, so our next one is going to be right over here. I believe it's actually right... Huh. That's interesting. This ship doesn't have one right here. Hmm. Well, there's usually one right there. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that buried technology module, so I can access that later. Okay, so time to get our next one, which is going to be right here.
Technology prepared. Radiation protection falling. Technology prepared.
Alright,
Radiation protection falling.
so that's 1, 2, I believe that's pretty much all of them. There shouldn't be
Toxic
any
protection
more,
falling.
so I think. There is one more. Yeah, it is over there. I don't know why it didn't show up actually when I did my scan earlier. It's interesting. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and hightail it over there and get our
Life
cargo.
support power low. Technology prepared.
Alright. And that's all of the cargo pods. Ooh, yes, we got some antimatter out of that. Beautiful.
Suit power cells completed. Toxic protection falling.
Alright. Okay, so now that we have all of that, it's time to actually get our hyperdrive built. Let's see. Move that there for
Technology installed. Technology recharge.
now. Okay, so now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to refine this copper, and then we're just going to buy the microprocessors because I do not have the recipe just yet. Okay, so signal booster, I just need a metal plate and a carbon nanotube.
Product constructed.
Okay, I need more ferrite dust. Oh wow, there's no rocks right here. Amazing. Alright. Okay, so once the chromatic metal is done, I should have enough to build the hyperdrive. Once I get actually 4 more microprocessors from the station, and then we can really start our game. Honestly, this first part just takes so long. I wish it didn't. The rest of the game is so much more interesting than this, but I do have to give it to them. Many games really don't give you an in-depth tutorial of how to play the game, so at least the devs in this case, you know, they're able to do something somewhat right. Okay, so little tip, I always do this anywhere that I land. just do a quick radar sweep, check out what's around you. A lot of the time you'll find like a distress signal or something cool. Okay, what did that give me?
A holographic comms terminal.
Okay. Sorry, let me just get more comfortable. Okay. So, nice. We got a holographic comms terminal. And that will only work once per spot that you land in per zone. So, just be mindful of that, that's all. Okay. Cool. Put that back over there. Ooh, I'm just short on the chromatic metal. And right now, yeah, I'm a little bit short on cash. I'm a little bit short on chromatic metal, so we're just going to do just a little bit of quick salvaging.
Toxic protection 40.
It's addiction. Cool. These come in handy too. Teach you new words of the languages. Universal Translation Service reached. Lifeform Dictionary available. Well, let's go ahead and learn that word. And we learned the Korvax word for 2. Alright. Cool. Got some money. We got some nanites. No nav data, but that's cool. That's okay. Let's see what it's going to take to repair this. Pugnium. I haven't killed any sentinels yet.
Toxic protection.
Very technology modules right there. Nice. Okay, so I need to find some copper. Either that, or actually I believe at the space station they were selling this little bit of chromatic metal at the store. Okay, that's not that far away. Let's go ahead and mark it actually. Sodium. Copper. Oh, that's close, but it's not. Okay, cool. Well, let's go ahead and get going. And yeah, once I get back to the space station, I'll also change my appearance so we can go ahead and yeah, mark. F off, come on. What'd I get? Oh. Yeah, I give a shit now. Okay, at least I'm picking up the copper. You know what? While I'm down here, might as well. Okay, so there is the hollow terminus. Oh, we got a distress signal. Cool. Alright. So, should we actually check out this distress signal? Yeah, screw it, why not? Maybe we'll find a better ship. Oh goodness, this starting ship is so slow. I'm so used to it's my usual ship. Can't wait until we find a good one. Then, that is... Yeah, I'll park here and then I'll go over there. I love it when there's two things right next to each other. You can just do, knock out two birds with one stone type of deal. Alright, so I needed the chromatic metal. Let's go ahead and get that started right now.
Technology recharge. Toxin protection. Falling. Life support power low. Technology
Cool,
repaired.
pure ferrite. That's what I like to see. Ah, manufacturing facility. It's too bad I don't even have a bolt caster installed right now. Otherwise, hey, it'd be great to get some technology this early. Alright.
Units received.
Okay, so... Is there anything else I gotta break down real quick? I'm going to need to pick up some more dihydrogen. Yeah, let's go ahead and just get started on that. Do I have anything
Toxin
bio?
protection. Falling.
Okay, so we got one part of it installed. Now we just need the microprocessors. Okay, I fixed that already. And where's the distress signal? It is... Okay, where'd it go? Ah, it's right up there. Cool. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and check out this distress signal and see exactly what we got. Yeah?
Toxin protection. Falling.
Okay. Just put it on auto run. Swear, it'd be so cool if this was even something like this was even possible, Yeah. Alright. So. Grab that real quick. Not bad, actually. Yeah, I'm just gonna call my ship over. And a Gek relic. Let's see, is there a... Ah, yes there is. Always read the computer. Always. Navigation data. Waiting. Okay, the high-tech ship's emergency system activated as I climb on board, and a hologram appears before me. The lights in the mask it wears seem wide and dim. The pilot calmly reports the news of its imminent demise. The noise of explosions and tearing metal can be heard. The hologram disappears, leaving an array of glittering technologies and devices behind. Some of them still look operational. Well, let's go ahead and look for some functioning technology, shall we? And we learned the economy scanner. Nice. Okay. Cool. So let's check out this ship and see what we are dealing with here. Okay, it's a C-class ship. Let's see, what do we have? The Akioto's Spirit DS2. This ship is much better. Much, much better. So we will be taking this ship. I do need to transfer some items, though, from this ship's inventory real quick. We aren't losing this ship, but we are kind of ditching it for right now. Okay, so start. Oh, I left my freaking... I'm gonna have to go back to that settlement and grab my freaking processor real quick. You know what? I'll put the rusted metal here. Let's go ahead and... What do I have too much of? Well, first and foremost, let's go ahead and deploy this. Okay. I don't actually have a bolt caster right now, so the projectile ammo is pretty useless. Gek relic, I could always get like 1,000,000,000 more of those. And the rest of the stuff I don't really need at the moment. Okay, cool. Auto diagnostics report. Hyperdrive successfully installed. Hyperdrive fuel status empty. My hyperdrive is complete. Perhaps I really will find out answers out there in the stars. Perhaps you will, my friend. Perhaps you will. But without warp cells, I will be going nowhere. I need to find a source of antimatter. So let's tune our scan to antimatter, even though I already have some in my inventory. Looks like I'm probably going to have to go into orbit for that. Let's go ahead and fix our ship's systems real quick. Seal. Okay, so some quick items I'm just going to have to get real quick.
Toxic protection. Falling.
It's all the pure forms. How about... Here we go. Okay, so I have enough for a metal plate now.
Product constructed. Component repaired. Technology repaired.
Okay, so I claimed that ship. It is now mine. I have to repair all the systems on it, so it is not really the greatest choice at the moment, but will become useful once I actually get everything I need. So, got the salvage data. Let's put the nav data in here. We'll put the salvage data in here too. Okay, so we're ready to go. Let's go ahead and refuel.
Technology recharge.
Get the hell out of here. Alright, so literally, I mean, first system, second planet, we already have 2 ships. That's awesome. Alright. So even though I already have antimatter, we're still going to have to do this portion of it. Let's go ahead and get this going. I did not see this one. Okay. Might want the uranium. That's about it. And again, if you guys have any questions about the game, any, you know, tips strategy-wise or anything, go ahead and ask in the comments. You know, I do have my laptop up. I mean, again, I am kind of concentrating on the game, but I do look over at the chat, so, you know, if you do need any information on the game, I probably would know it, and if I don't, then, you know, I can find out, so. I wish I could do that in real life, you know. Just fly between planets. See this. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. This planet is a hellhole, but still, it's gorgeous. So this is a desert planet. We got a lot of cactus here. Nice. So we got an abandoned building. This is where your swarm is, which is not something I'm going to deal with this early in the game, but you know, definitely an interesting aspect. The eggs that you get from these whispering eggs are very valuable and are also a cooking product, but you have to deal with the swarm, which is difficult to say the least, especially at this point in the game. Alright, so I can't get anything out of that. Let's go ahead and check out this terminal. Residual goop. I actually have not found a use for this stuff yet. You can refine it twice, but I still haven't found a use for it other than refining it. Okay, so terminal online. Selecting key, decrypting. Success. The terminal is clogged with an unnerving, pulsating slime. Nevertheless, it appears to function. As I touch the input panel, the alien substance reacts violently. I make a note to avoid getting closer. The device opens, revealing a single, unblinking crimson eye. It deposits a sample of antimatter, accompanied by a strange message. Let's go ahead and read this. You will find us when the time is right. 16, 16, 16, 16, 16, 16, 16. So it would seem that this number 16 is pretty important to us. course, I already know the significance of it, but
Technology prepared.
for your guys' sake. Alright, so now we have everything that we need to craft the antimatter, even though I already had some to begin with. But now that we have that, let's go ahead and get our coordinates locked with the station here. We'll do a little bit of scanning just to get a little bit of money.
No free slots in suit inventory.
And once we have some money together, then the interesting stuff in the game happens, because we can buy all kinds of cool stuff. So this is just going to take a minute, you know. Sorry about the, you know, scanning, but, you know, it is a big portion of this game, so...
Units received.
I will try to do it on the move, though, so I'm wasting as little bit of time as possible.
Units received.
Okay.
Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received.
Well, hello there. What are you?
Units
You're a predator, but you're not really bothering me. Oh, well, isn't that interesting? Look at that. I don't know how many of you guys are from, like, places near, like, the high desert or anything like that, but that remarkably looks like...
Units received.
a form of cactus mixed with a type of, well, it's a species of agave that flowers. What it'll do is it'll grow like a giant spire out of the top like that. That's very interesting. It looks like a mix between kind of two terrestrial species. Alright, so that's all the major stuff. I'm just going to grab a little bit of dihydrogen.
Units received.
Alright. So we got that. Let's go ahead and... again, I don't have a bolt caster, so I don't need that. I just need some ferrite dust, and I can go ahead and make the antimatter housing.
Units received.
Cool. That was everything I needed.
Product constructed.
It's just too bad that I have a completely full inventory. You know what? I'll just use the rest of the trivia. Cool.
Product constructed.
Oh yeah, that's right. I got it working on the other ship. Well, all I have to do really is buy microprocessors, so it's not so bad. Okay, what kind of buildings do we have here? We have... manufacturing facility, habitable base. Not really worth it, honestly. Okay, what else do we have? We have an ancient ruin. And then over here, we've got the space station, abandoned building. Yeah, let's go to this space station if it'll allow me to. Of course, it's not gonna take me there. Okay. There we go. Okay, so George, refine it 4 times and it makes nanites. Oh, I did not know that. So the living slime turns into nanites. That's interesting. Thanks for the tip. I did not know that. Yeah, when it comes to nanites, usually I just refine the pugnium and the strange mold substance that you get, but never tried actually refining the living goop. I guess that's mostly because though it takes about 6 minutes to refine a 250 stack, which honestly is just forever. Okay, so Korvax echoes mean you no harm. Korvax will only exterminate if requested units are not delivered. Well, how about you go ahead and fuck off, sir?
Hostile ships approaching.
Where are you at? Ah, there you are. Lemon squeezy. Alright, so where the hell is the space station? Here it is. Alright. How much money do I have? 8,941. That is not a lot of money. But we will see what we can get from selling the stuff that I have in my inventory. Mainly that concentrated silver. Okay, so since I can get nanites from the residual goop, I will not sell it. I will, though, at this moment sell the pearls. This is a concentrated form of gold, but I don't really need it right now. Mortarite I always tend to keep because it is useful. Alright, I think that should be enough to buy our microprocessors. Cool. Alright, so we're all set on that. I have 422 nanites, so I actually can buy an upgrade module right now, but I would actually rather not. I say that mainly because the upgrade modules, installing it on this craft is kind of pointless, honestly. Alright. Alright, so now we can make our first jump. So let's see where to jump to, shall we? Let's pull up our galaxy map. Where are we? We are on the very outer rim. We are 692,380 light years from the center of the galaxy. I, though, can only warp along this path right now, because, you know, game, rules, whatever. Unfortunately, it is a Gex system, but, you know, oh well. Well, thank you, George, for the tip. 1 to 15. You see, the salvage data, though, it is very, very annoying to get it, which is why I usually don't. Unless beginning of the game and you just want to get your, you know, ground structures. Anomalous subspace signal detected. Alright, so we got our coordinates. This is a good system, it looks like, so far. Selenium, copper, phosphorus, okay. Now, I'm not going to really throw down any more bases just yet, but I will. Ooh, this base, or this one has got salvageable scrap. I am definitely hitting up that planet. And what do we have here? What do we have here? Let's see. Come on, scanner. There we go. Copper, gold, silver. It is a capped planet. Alright. Okay, so out of all of these, I'm definitely visiting this one because it has salvageable scrap, but we do have to visit this one here for the anomalous signal. But 225 a stack, 220.
Hostile scan detected.
Thank you very much, George. I appreciate the tip there. It's funny, I've been playing this game. I think I have like 300 hours on this game, and I actually did not know that. All right. Sorry about that. My mouse wire got caught. I'm gonna have to fix this. Alright, so we already destroyed 5 starships, and we barely actually even started this game. So, nice. We are starting out pretty good, actually. Not too shabby. Where? There you are. Alright. going to bring us to a trader. And with him, he's kind of like possessed, I guess, or something like that. But he'll give us a little message. Alright, so we got another scorched planet. Alright, well, let's see. Likelihood of traveler anomaly now beyond 2 standard deviation. Suggests further aid. Blueprint offered. Unlike the other life forms I've met so far, this one speaks in a language I understand, and yet I cannot comprehend their meaning. They speak as if they do not know what they are saying, as if their mind is not their own. The alien offers me a blueprint, a means to construct my own antimatter. Well, I will go ahead and take that, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. And cool. So now we have the... That is an interesting looking ship. 4,500,000. Hauler. Interesting. Alright. So I'm not going to waste too much time on this planet because it doesn't have much valuable stuff on it. I'm pretty much just going to stay here on the platform. I'm going to just scan a couple plants. Get some units together real quick. And once we get some quick units together, we will go ahead and hightail it out of here. And we'll see how far we can get really with what we got. I do, though, want to stick to the rules of this, so we are leaving this system as soon as possible. I am not going to interact with the space station here, unfortunately, but hey, whatever. Alrighty, that's enough for now. Let's get out of here. This one, yeah, that looks like a good spot on the planet, yeah. I always really like landing in archipelago areas, mainly because you get the biggest diversity of biomes, so you can, you know, scan as much as possible in the smallest possible area. And then also, I mean, once you get the Nautilin, it is great to find, you know, crashed freighters, crashed, you know, crap. I did find an S-class ship on one of my playthroughs, just sitting at the bottom of the ocean. And it wasn't actually even like a cargo freighter. That particular one was a S-class fighter, so I was very, very pleased with that. I do notice, though, as you get a little bit later on in the game, even the C-class versions of a lot of ships are like 10 times better than what you can find right now. But this planet has salvageable scrap. Always salvageable scrap and ancient bones. The two that I always look for if I'm tight on money. Ancient bones can get you anywhere between, for a common one, 50 to 120,000 a piece, and then for the uncommons, the purples, you get, let's see, anywhere between 150 and 500, and then for the yellows, you can get up to 3 million. So. Right.
Radiation protection 4.
and we have a container 971 away. And we have a copper deposit right next to us too. Awesome. Perfect spot to land, really. I've got plenty of copper. So again, always when mining these, use your torch, even broad daylight. It will make it 10 times easier to spot all the little morsels hiding away. What the hell is that? Okay, hold up. Hold up, hold up. What the When pigs fly, I guess. What the fuck is this thing? Well, I guess when a mutated pig flies? What the fuck? Oh, wow, that is the weirdest looking... Oh, I'm taking a couple pictures of this for sure. Oh my goodness. That is one weird looking thing. Oh, fuck. It looks like a flying pig. I'm sorry, that's just hilarious to me. Alright, and we have some bipedal looking pigs. Wow. Ah, Planet of the Porkers right here. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. These are some funny ass looking animals. What the fuck is that? Oh jeez. You know what? Yeah, I'll just scan a little bit more. Ah, well, flying pigs. We got him here. We got him here. Well, that is actually the first time that this game has actually made me laugh. I've seen a lot of creatures, but I've never in this game seen a flying pig before, and that was the closest thing I ever seen one, so... Alright. So we got walking boars, we got flying pigs. Wonder what else. We've got giant phallic trees. This place is awesome. I should totally make a freaking outpost here.
Radiation protection.
Oh, where is that fucking thing? Ah, there it is. Double check. Always double check, and I would have gotten screwed out of this right now. Always double check.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Okay, so I got one empty slot now, and I got enough for the ferrite dust. Okay. Ooh, nice. Buzzing in. Cool. Oh, this planet is something else. Alright. So that's enough to really get me going, actually. A rare item already. Oh, 166 units? That's it?
Radiation protection falling.
Cool. We got another one really, really close by.
Technology recharge. Radiation protection falling.
Oh, and this one's like mostly sticking out of the ground. Nice. Actually, it's all sticking out of the ground. Oh, great. With a mining beam, I get to go oh crap. I need to get rid of some, crap. I need to get rid of some, rusted metal. Yeah, we're getting rid of that. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Alright. So I need to get rid of one more thing. The pure ferret, I don't really need it right now. Okay, cool.
Shield down. Critical damage taken.
Oh no. There we go. Beautiful.
Inventory full. Life support power low.
Jeez.
Radiation protection.
I forgot how not having any, mods or, weapon shield mods, how much harder it is to do all this stuff. Okay, so... Cool. Oh, good, good, good. That's, ooh, 2 million, nice. And that's 654, beautiful. We've got a great start right now. Money-wise, I am set. So, station. Oh, wait, that's right. We're not using this station. Because we are in a Gex system, so that will be a big no-no. That makes things a little more complicated, I think. Yes.
Technology recharge.
Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'll just put these in here for now. Gives me 2 spots. I just need to pick up some oxygen, I think. I should be fine.
Extreme radiation detected. Units received.
So I just need oxygen, really.
Units received. Units received. Units received. Technology recharge.
I just need oxygen. God.
Radiation protection falling.
What has oxygen, damn it? Dihydrogen, chlorine. Oh, great. Oh.
Radiation protection. 4 units.
Cytophosphate and salt. That's just carbon. Jesus. Nothing here has oxygen. My goodness. I'm gonna die.
Radiation protection.
Oh, goodness.
4
Woo-wee. Okay. What are my options? I can only go to a station. That's all I can do. Unless I can land pretty much on top of a plant that has oxygen. Oh, goodness. I've gotten myself into a little bit of a dilemma here. Okay, so my only hope is to find an island that has some form of oxygen on it. Yeah, my hyperdrive is empty. Okay, so wow, most of this planet is an ocean.
Hostile scan detected.
Okay. Got enough room to carry it as long as we light it. Okay, so there's concentrated carbon, there's sodium, there's all concentrated. Yes, okay.
Shield down.
Oh no! Oh wow. I cannot believe that. I literally died the second I got out of the ship. Oh my goodness. Well, I think I'm going to end this. Well, yeah, I think I'm going to end this right here for now. I'm going to jump back on in a couple hours, or maybe about an hour or so. Oh man, that was frustrating. Oh, jeez. I cannot believe I just. Okay. So, note to self do not let yourself run out of freaking oxygen in a Gex system. Ugh. Thanks for watching. See ya. Oh, Jesus. What a joke.